I have an idea. It's not triangular. Good cat. It's not triangular, but it's the closest thing that I have. With the 3 spokes. The holes don't even line up in the right places. That might be close enough. Oh, I can't even get the thing out to hover over the map. Anyway, I'm looking for the things in triangular shape. Form that pattern. This might be the easiest if I can find that little square. That looks like there. Do we have a one building off on its lonesome somewhere? Surrounded by other buildings? Where's this straight bit? That could be this building here. If that's that, and that's that. To actually get this map out, not in explore mode. This isn't large enough. It's not going to do anything for me. They're not nearly large enough. This gets a solid I don't know. Because I'm lacking something that looks the right shape. Either way, this would be around here somewhere. Or around here somewhere. But now I need to find the center point of the three areas. And that could be tricky. Let's put that one aside for now. And see if I can find a triangular-shaped object with holes in it to help me. We think we've finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. We put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. You're our last hope. Something to breathe underwater. Breathe. And Azkus allows the bearer to breathe underwater. The sensation is said to be one of the most unusual since it requires one not to breathe at all. Those who use an Azkus for extended periods sometimes forget to breathe once they're back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core of the ring is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. Okay. If the entire thing is warm. Though it does have a ring. This isn't warm or cold whatsoever. Cool. All of this is cool. Neither's that, neither's this. What do you in mind? The turquoise, really, which this is. Doesn't have a ring, though. It's probably this, isn't it? Uh-huh. As a ring. The ring is warm, the rest is cool. What was that page I just got? Play of Gaudian objects. Okay. I'm close, but I need more power. I need St. Cedric's thunder, and quickly while this storm's raging. St. Cedric's thunder is used to store the power of a single thunderclap. Alchemists have been trying to harness this power for centuries, and there are rumours that some have indeed successfully used it to transmute base metals into gold. Placed on the tops of mountains to charge them during storms, gemstones can be used to prevent the charge from waning over time. Could be topaz, could be moonstone. Could be amber. Could be amethyst, really, for containment. Contain power. What's this symbol in the middle here? Thunder. Uh-huh. We got him. St. Cedric's thunder. Sure is thundering. I've been trying to get a hold of an Ambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my patience. It almost slipped my mind, but then I remembered that there's one right here in Strange Antiquities. Eli told me himself he keeps it locked behind ethereal key. Well, I don't have the ethereal key. Was mental fog, slow to work, requiring several hours to take effect. Produce a noctic field. Which is the one... Ugh, out my way, books. Yeah, that's the spirally looking one. Ethereal key. It's said to be hidden from prying eyes. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. Rare items are not generally known about outside of thermic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. So I'm looking for... onyx. Which one is the gemstone of light? Amber? Yeah. Onyx and amber. This is onyx and amber, but I know it's something different. Aha. That looks like an ethereal key, alright. Ethereal... Okay. That opens that up. Now I can try and find the amber. Something that produces a noctic field, and it's one of these items. Could be that. Could be that. Not that. That produces no field whatsoever. Not that. Not that. Could be that. Mental fog. Gold and bronze with raised detailing. It probably relates to this. They look very similar. Limestone. This symbol is paralysis. And that symbol is confusion. I think it's more likely to be confusion than paralysis. Confusion produces an optic field. It's in the logged up section. Emperor. Next. You. Me. I know you from somewhere. I don't remember why, but this shop was important somehow. I'm sorry, I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. That might be my fault. Sorry about that. I found some poor soul washed up on the lakeshore. An older lady by the sounds of it. Drowned. But that's not the worst of it. Her eyes were all black, just like those others. I'm not taking any chances with the water around here. I'll take a bones guard. That's the anti-poisoning thing. Can we place it in a liquid to render it safe to drink? Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned, and so always drank from the same goblet and always placed a bones guard inside. He was stabbed to death in 1203. It doesn't help protect you against that. Bear the mark of the antidote. Well, there's poison. Not sure what antidote would be. You were triple goddess, apparently. It's something to keep in mind. Not going to be related. Well, it's something small enough to place inside of a goblet. What's that symbol? Triangle with a line through it. Weakness. I don't know what that symbol is. Triangle. It's fire. Rotated square with an X. Strength. It's not really got a sign of anything. Rebirth. I'm none too sure about this. I can't weigh the card. There's gonna be something with water on it, maybe? There's no stones to do with antidotes. I'm a little bit stumped. Huh. This thing rotates when I pick it up. Gold. Intricate detailing. In fact, it rotates depending on where I have it. In fact, it may be pointing at something. It's pointing at this thing. Why are you pointing at that thing? Well, that's definitely a relationship to keep in mind. I don't think that's a bones guard, though. Unlikely. What is a verdigris? I may be fully genuinely stumped. Huh. I thought that looked like a thing that opened up. Hypnosis. Okay. Doesn't help me particularly. I feel like I need to figure out this. But I don't fully comprehend how to understand this. That's that. That's that. That's probably here. Do I just go with the location that looks kind of like it's in the middle of all three? Well, that could be here or here, really. That was a bit of a punt. When I draw back the curtain, I'm unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething, massive eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up and I understand what I'm looking at. And when I do, I realize it's looking right back at me. The object I'm looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. That's pretty small. What's that symbol? Poison upside down. Yeah, it's gonna be you. Yep, needed to solve the map puzzle. I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer a trade if you'll accept it. That'll come in handy. Hardy ha. Bones guard. Crisscrossed grooves. Stone, gold, and wood. It chills my blood to hold it. Let's put it away then. Good cat. The rider was lucky. He made it to Back Barrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. It's the sun and the moon. To my left, the day, to my right, the night. Alright, let's have a little think about this one. I think it's probably going to be somewhere down here. I'm thinking it's probably this, with the sun on the left and the moon on the right. It is, in fact. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along? I never noticed it when I sat down. It makes pleasant noises when you move it around. Gold, gold, gold. Probably oak. A little warmer than I would expect. It's kind of got a sun motif going on. It makes a soft tinkling sound when it moves. I noticed. And we have the symbol for deception. I've been hearing a worrying rumour about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Yeah, that was her. I thought she was down in the catacombs and out near the lake. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thermic significance in his burial chamber. It's never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs of a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. Well, there's one place that certainly looks like a Hall of Shields. And it is a whole chamber all to itself. Let's have a look. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It's not fear, though fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know it all at once what it is. I've entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Pullians can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapours produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down here without following their lead. I believe we have an item that can capture one of those. All the way towards the back with W. The Spirit Vault. Used to store a wandering shroud. Faint vibration of the receptacle and bone be felt. A shroud is found within. Interior is lined with a paste made of sulfur, hence the nickname. Okay. So it's something that can be used to contain things. And it's something that will vibrate slightly. Well, I only have a couple of containers left. This one isn't really doing any vibrating. I don't know what the feathers would have to do with anything. Unpleasant sensation. Smooth, polished. Well... what's the symbol for sulfur? If indeed there is one. Lead, copper, silver, phosphorus. I guess there isn't one. Might have a bunch of amethyst on it, if it's a thing meant to contain things. This is more pinky than purpley. Protection and enveloping night. Moonstone. Clay, textured. Highly unlikely. This is hinged. Okay. It's the symbol for blessings. What else do I know about the shroud? Not a lot. Voted chamber. It's not really vibrating at all. Nothing from there. Receptacle. Just maybe gonna have to feel everything. I doubt it's either of those, though. Hmm. It's got a ton of stuff on it. No. No. I guess it's possible I just straight up don't have it yet. It's not gonna be that. Hmm. Let me just leave and come back later. Maybe stick that in a drawer for the time being. Oh boy. I've done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heath Wood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I've not felt well since. Please help me. Okay, veins stand out darkly on the body. Heart feels constricted. Skin is pale. Black heart. Yeah, that sounds much more likely than anything else. Relates to the lamb siphon. Skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made from the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant, which looks like that. Okay. This is the only thing I have that seems planty. The green organic material that we know is on this. It's round. It has dots on its surface. It's correct. Siphon. Siphob. Siphon. Siphon. And another one down. The more things that I know aren't the thing, the better. You don't know me, but it's time I introduced myself. I'm the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Eli and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings? I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. We got a thing. It's fairly small. It's composed of 3 sections: gold, wood, and green gemstone, which is probably jade. Yep, I think so. Takes great effort to tear my eyes away. onto the shelf it goes. Jupiter! Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. I lost count of the amount of gossip I'd heard about her misdeeds over the years. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. I got an achievement for petting the cat enough. In the meantime, I believe I found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Three resident objects, lightest first, heaviest last. And the curator, Thaddeus White. Curator of Undermere's Museum of History. Thaddeus is a collector of artifacts and curiosities from around the world. He has an eye for the rare and the unusual and enjoys telling the world's unheard stories through his collections. Over the years, he's also amassed a collection of items that he does not put out on display. These are items that it would be best if the public did not know about. These are known as dark articles. Okay. I can probably accomplish that easy enough. If it's just any 3 random items that produce a resonance. Yeah, that one's very light. Okay, they're the same weight. Same weight. That is slightly heavier than that. Do they produce a field? They might have to produce the same field, in which case these 2 are okay. But that's not going to work. That produces the same field. How does that compare with this? It's lighter. But that didn't work. Surely that can't be lighter than this. Yeah, of course not. I don't immediately know what the problem would be with that. Seems fine to me. Unless I'm missing what resonant is exactly. I might be. Resonance compass will point towards resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Okay. In that case, you are... compass. So I don't need that. I know that that's resonant. What else? This is. And I think that's this. Yes. Goodbye, compass. Now I've just got to know which order these go in, which I'm guessing that's probably the heaviest. This is probably the lightest. Yeah. Could tell just by looking at them, really. Okay. Aha. Right, we want that shape. Which is that. Which is that one, and that one. Correctamundo. And I have something important, judging by the fact it's pretty much the game's logo. Something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Feels unusual. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. Gold with part painted black. And I don't remember what it's called, but I think one of the Steam description achievements, not even one of the hidden achievements, I didn't look at those, one of the achievements names it Soul Flower, I think it was. Well, if it was, I don't have it on the contents yet. It's not important right this second. I got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She does look like her. But we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawkshead who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head, though. Why would she try and swim across the lake? And in the meantime, Verona is still missing. I don't like to use thermic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Thermic needle. Controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tool items decreases when heated. Okay, they're tall. They might look needle-like. And I'm gonna need the scales. It's not really heating up at all. Decreases when heated. It might be here for a while if I'm trying to heat literally everything. thermic, then that really doesn't narrow it down. Oh, there are lots of things relating to the mind. Could have Cryonite on it. That's the only stone that mentions the mind. Which is turquoisey. I don't really remember what it was before. Is the problem? It's a maybe. It's already extremely light. Well, I know it's tall. That isn't really tall. What do I have unlabeled that's tall? Is this thing? Aha. Gotcha. McNeil. The people are afraid, and they are right to be, but it is too late for them. They are of no use to us. But you might be. Prove yourself, and perhaps Helgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation, and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Morgan's Folly or a Fortinance? Ordnance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex, made of stone or iron, and usually take the form of a small totem. Okay, that is probably that, because it has the symbol for strength on it. Fortinance or Morgan's Folly. Can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precaution should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. Which means it's one of these two, most likely. I know that one is blessings. What was this one again? Diamond line, smaller diamond. Hypnosis. Uh-huh. Probably this, then. And let me just chuck that symbol away. For no reason at all. Which one of these two would be better, even? This would probably be more useful for cultiness. But I don't know if I particularly want to be overly useful to the culty people. And she did want something strengthy, so here you go. There's an item of strength is made from stone. Confirmed. Got most of the objects labelled at this point. Let's maybe do a shuffle around again, so everything that we still have left is down in one place. Move everything that I have marked across. In fact, really, the marked stuff ought to be over here, and the unmarked stuff ought to be over here, where I can see it more easily. Shuffle around. That, we got these. Hopefully none of these things are the kind of things I should be handling with gloves or anything. Unless I'm wearing gloves. I'm probably not wearing gloves, since I'm feeling everything. Okay. And then we've got a few things from over here. We've got our mugs, but I think I'm fine keeping those where they currently are. Because I know full well where they are. Okay, I think that's everything. Aside from the aforementioned mugs. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. I am marked by Jupiter.